So there's a ton of backlash going on right now because of something that HASAN Piker said. Now, if you're unfamiliar with HASAN Piker like I am, I don't really watch people like this. HASAN Piker is a hardcore socialist leftist Twitch streamer.
America deserved 9/11, dude. F it, I'm saying it.
Be confident, you look good.
They basically all are. They're all socialist Twitch streamers. And he decided to say something that's getting him quite a bit of backlash. So we have an article here from Fandom Pulse with a headline that reads, Twitch streamer HASAN Piker faces backlash on Twitter and X after claiming streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job.
He's embarrassing.
Now, whether or not you agree with him, I'm going to leave that up to you. You guys can sound off in the comments about how you feel about this particular situation. But I will say there are certain aspects to what he's saying that is the truth, and there are certain aspects to what he's saying that is complete bull. So let's get into this article, guys, from Fandom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, oh my god, this guy is such a cuck. If you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So this is HASAN Piker here. If anybody for some reason didn't know who HASAN Piker was, this man is the king, the absolute king of bad takes. I mean, it really starts to add up very quickly when you watch HASAN Piker's content, or at least when you watch clips on Twitter. So let's talk about it. A single video broke the internet over the weekend after a clip of socialist Twitch streamer HASAN Piker went viral on Twitter and X. HASAN, who purchased a $2.74 million home in Hollywood, California in 2021, made the unfortunate choice to compare his cushy streaming career on Twitch to the average person who works a 9-to-5 retail job. In the now infamous video, he makes the claim that a normal job won't suck the soul out of you. Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will. Now, again, for a lot of people looking at this comment at face value, obviously, most, if not everybody's going to disagree with HASAN Piker. He has no idea what the hell he's talking about. But there are certain aspects to what he's saying that is the truth. I will say that a lot of people underestimate the difficulty and the amount of work it takes to be a successful content creator. All people ever see is they look at the people who are extremely successful, the people who have millions of subscribers and followers, the people who don't have to work as hard anymore now that they have an actual following and they could just coast on it. They look at those people and they say, well, everybody's like that. All content creations like that. It's very easy. All you have to do is sit there, turn on the camera and talk, because clearly that's all it takes. But the funny thing is, they don't realize that if that's really all it took, there would be a hell of a lot more successful content creators and streamers out there. But we all know that 95% of them fail, and the reason why is because the personality is key. The personality is huge, and also the content creation and the way you deliver it is also huge, and that takes work. That takes creating a rhythm. That takes creating an actual schedule that you're going to follow and being consistent. I talk about that all the time on our live streams, but what I will say is that everything else that HASAN said is complete bullshit. There is no way that streaming, even at its worst, it can be anywhere close to comparable to an actual 9-to-5 retail job on top of that. I mean, I've worked retail before in the past. It's fucking terrible. Everybody hates retail jobs. Like, nobody actually wants to sit there and work at a retail job. Even if you're a manager in retail, you're still going to go through hell unless you're at the tippity top. And even then, you still might go through hell. So there's really no incentive for people to want to work retail other than the massive amounts of availability of jobs there is out there for those who may not have many jobs to choose from, okay? So that's the thing I disagree with HASAN. There's no fucking way on God's green earth that you can say streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 retail job. Now, for context, he tried to add more context and saying, watch the whole clip. Well, let's continue the article and then we'll finish it up there. So it says, this sparked a massive backlash among users on Twitter and X, with many of them lashing out at the champagne socialist for his perceived lack of awareness. As was to be expected, HASAN's massive fan base on Twitch, which is comprised largely of Gen Z liberals, rallied to defend his outlandish comments, claiming that people were intentionally misinterpreting the point behind his tone-deaf statement. You can watch the full clip for yourself down below. So let's actually play the whole clip so you guys get some context. Here we go.
No, social battery-wise, unless you're in fucking retail, it's very different. You're out of touch with them. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here, and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same fucking way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay. I'm telling you, 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably do fucking physical labor. It would not bother me, but I can't fucking do more social shit. That's my point. There are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like, I think, customer service type shit. But like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's what like sucks your social battery and you just tap out after it.
All right, so we got the full context of the clip, okay? So basically, he's trying to make the comparison that when you do people-pleasing jobs for 9 hours a day, like streaming, that sucks the soul out of you more than your standard retail job that doesn't have that same kind of people-pleasing atmosphere. I get what he's trying to say, but again, there's no way that you can make the comparison. Streaming is a very cushy job. It really is, especially if you get it to the point where HASAN Piker's at, you will literally just turn on your camera and coast your way to money. That is a very fortunate thing that he has, considering that he's a socialist. God knows he doesn't live like one, but still, he is trying to make this false comparison. And I understand that they do this to try to bring themselves down to like the normal people, right? Like, let me bring myself down a little bit so I can try to make a connection with the normies who don't do streaming like I do. It just doesn't make any sense. You cannot compare the two. Not only that, you don't have to travel. You don't have any work expenses in terms of like regular people where they have to travel, pay gas, mileage on their car, etc. Like you have the luxury of literally just hanging out in your mansion, streaming and making all the money that you're ever going to need in the world and turning on your sports car once a week to make sure it doesn't die in your garage. That's basically it. Several other large Twitch and YouTube streamers decided to share their hot takes on the situation, with the mega streamer Asmongold coming to HASAN Piker's defense. In a recent YouTube video, Asmongold expressed sympathy for HASAN after he stirred up the social media hornet's nest. The video currently has a 2-to-1 dislike ratio. Nobody seems to care if one millionaire streamer can relate to another who tried comparing himself to the common man. Ironically, it's recently been brought to light that HASAN Piker was born to extreme wealth. His father was the vice president of Sabanki Holdings, a Turkish financial conglomerate with an estimated worth of $9.6 billion. Wow. It's amazing how the ones who go online and push socialism are usually the ones that come from the most wealth. They are the wealthiest people out there, and they're the ones that want to try to pretend that you could just, let's just go back to being socialist, because clearly that worked in every scenario almost on the planet. You know, they want to push this because they know that it's very, very fruitful. If they push socialism to young people who don't know any better, it is very fruitful. They will get the money one way or another from doing so. They know this. So that's why they shill for this stuff. That's why they push this stuff. And they don't care how many kids they're going to indoctrinate with this nonsense. All they care about is that the money keeps coming in from, again, his very cushy job from streaming from home. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him and wear his makeup and his dresses and use his skin as a...